Every morning at 6 a.m., this family would show up on the lawn just in time to take a free shower while the sprinklers were running. It wasn't about saving the environment. It was simply because they were dirt poor. Jack used to be a low-level employee at a publicly traded company. One day, the CEO's secretary asked him to go to the 51st floor for a meeting. In their company, the higher the floor, the more senior the position. Jack had never been above the 5th floor, so the idea of going to the 51st floor was incredibly exciting. His colleagues, seeing him still in the elevator when they got off, were extremely envious. Once everyone had left, Jack let loose and started dancing around in the elevator, completely free and happy. When he arrived at the top floor, the CFO greeted him personally and announced that he was now the company's vice president. The news was so overwhelming that when he got home, he immediately told his wife about his promotion and asked her to quit her job and stay home with the kids. She was so excited that she rewarded him on the spot. The next day, they took out a loan to buy a luxurious mansion, even putting a gold collar on their dog. Jack, in his new role as vice president, was interviewed on TV. When the host asked him why the CEO had sold all the company's stocks, causing the share price to drop from $100 to 1 cent, Jack was completely baffled. He rushed back to the company to find out what was going on and saw his colleagues packing up their things. Confused, he found the CFO, who told him that the company had gone bankrupt and that the CEO had fled with the secretary. Just like that, Jack's experience as vice president lasted only 1 day. When he got home that night, his wife had prepared a sumptuous dinner, completely unaware of the company's collapse. When Jack told her about it, she looked worried, but he assured her that with his new vice presidential skills, finding another job would be easy. However, after 4 months of job searching, no company wanted him. When he finally received an interview notice, he found out that there were dozens of competitors desperate for the job. He quickly locked the door to eliminate the competition. He thought that without any competitors, the job would be his. But as he was heading up the stairs, he ran into a former colleague who kicked him and sprinted upstairs. The colleague then rolled all the buckets down the stairs. Jack dodged the buckets and made it upstairs, only to be almost attacked again by his former colleague. He quickly grabbed a fire extinguisher and launched a counterattack. By the time he finally reached the interview site, the line of applicants had stretched outside the building. Since Jack had lost his job and had no income, he couldn't make the loan payments, and the landscapers repossessed the lawn. The family struggled to afford food and resorted to eating at cheap buffets, sometimes only eating once every 3 days. With bankruptcy and homelessness looming, Jack picked up his son's water gun and had an idea. This might be the key to getting them back on top.